What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Once again, I am back here at Acura by Executive. Thanks again to Jonathan. Make sure to stop by here and ask for him. Now, today I am with the 2022 Acura ILX as it ends its 9-year run here and makes way for the Acura Integra, which will be Acura's new entry-level car here. Now, to ensure that I can continue to bring you cars like this and cars like that Integra, please make sure to subscribe and tell your friends. So we've got 4 different trim levels here, which look a little bit different than the other Acura models, as does the powertrain. We'll get into that, but we have a base, a premium, an A Spec with premium package, and an A Spec with technology package that runs you from about $26,500 down at the bottom with the base trim all the way up to $32,500 at the top with the A Spec and technology package. This one here is the A Spec Premium package, so just one step down from the top, and it runs you $30,500 MSRP. We'll get into what all of that means. So we'll start off looking at the exterior here. We've got the platinum white pearl. Looking at the mirrors here, got this nice black trim on it, blind spot monitoring and memory settings on these. No integrated turn signals here. That blind spot monitoring is only because it is not the base. The base does not get that. Everything above does get that blind spot monitoring. And since we are on the A Spec, we've got a little bit of a sportier look with these 18s instead of these standard 17s. So you sacrifice a little bit of ride quality, you get a little bit of sportiness wrapped in all season tires here. We've got Continental Pro contacts here. Come around to the front here, Acura dual LED lights here. That is across the board. The headlights and the daytime running lights are LEDs. Down at the bottom, we got the fog lights. Those are not part of the base trim, but otherwise you do get these LED fog lights. We've got some gloss black down here. We've got this dark chrome trim across the front. This grille here, that's part of that A Spec package. Let's move around to the back here. Got this black spoiler here. That is part of that A Spec package as well. It really sets it off nicely when we're in this white color. LEDs, again, standard with the tail lights back here. Got some black down here. The black gloss black diffuser here is part of that A Spec package. Again, it's kind of more of an appearance package other than the wheels. We've got chrome exhaust tip over here. That is standard single exhaust chrome tip. Your button for the trunk there. Your backup camera here under the Acura logo. And we'll go ahead and pop this. 12.4 cubic feet of space back here. Actually looks a lot bigger for something that's a compact. That's pretty much par for the course, but it looks like it's plenty of space back here, and your seats do fold down there. And let's go ahead and hop inside. Back here in the back seats, we are at 34 inches of legroom here. Front seat is set for me at 5'7", and I've got plenty of room here. But if I was a bit taller, at least we don't have any hard plastics back here. We do have this leather here. We do have the red leather sport seats with the ultra suede. You're in a leatherette if you're in the base trim. Otherwise, you have these leather sport seats. This combination with the ultra suede is only part of that A Spec package. Back here, we will get a little bit more room next year in the Integra because it is Civic based, and that one's closer to 35 and a half inches in the back seats, so that'll add a little bit of space there. Cannot get heated seats back here in this one, only in the front. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a look up front. All right, up here in the front seats, so we've got the 8-way power adjustable seats with lumbar support. That is anything other than the base trim. These have memory settings as well, and they're heated no matter what. That heat is available across the board. No ventilated seats. Again, this is the entry-level Acura, so we don't have as many features here in order to bring that price down a little bit. Looking around here, we've got the leather steering wheel here. It has the A Spec badge, but it's a standard steering wheel. as is the leather shift knob here. We do have a manual parking brake, which is pretty cool. You don't see a lot of those anymore, and I'm glad they have that in this one. I hope they keep it for the Integra, but I'm guessing they probably won't since it's not in the Civic. We've got some hard buttons around here for your climate control. You have a different kind of infotainment than in the other Acuras. You don't have the touchpad, which is really, I'm glad we don't have that. We do have a touch screen. It's small, but it is a touch screen. And we have another informational screen up here, which we work with this knob down here. This does have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, but that is not standard. Cannot get that on the base model. That is only in the premium or the technology package. Across here, big tack, big speedometer. Looks pretty nice, very clean. I like the black, white, and red. You got your informational screen in the middle. Your buttons on the steering wheel, everything is very clean and easy to use here. Dark chrome across here, that is part of that A Spec. An interesting little curve here, kind of like that. Again, this red and black is part of the A Spec. You cannot get this red unless you're in the A Spec, and I think it looks really nice in here. Big cup holders, got our speakers down here and up here. This one does have the 7-speaker system because it has that premium trim. We've got a 6-speaker system in the base model, 7-speaker system with the subwoofer in the premium trim. Then if you have the technology package, you do get the ELS 10-speaker system. Here we do have the push button start, that is standard. Again, the real parking brake, love that. All right, we got the stainless steel pedals here. As we pull out of the space here, we've got the lines here with the multi-view camera standard. We've got the blind spot monitoring with the rear cross traffic alert. And again, that is only in the upper trims. That is not part of the base trim. You have lane keep assist. That is standard. Adaptive cruise, also standard. All right, let's go for a little drive. Interesting, we've got drive down here, and S, which is your sport mode. All right, so like I mentioned, the powertrain here is a little bit different than the rest of the lineup. We've got the 2.4 liter naturally aspirated engine here, no turbocharger in this one. Here we're producing 201 horsepower, 180 pound-feet of torque. Definitely plenty of pep to get this thing going for a daily driver. That all goes through the front wheels. There's a front wheel drive only in this model. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the Integra. You know, some people are anticipating maybe the Type S will get an all-wheel drive system, but we haven't seen an all-wheel drive Civic yet. They've all been front-wheel drive, even the Type R, so see what they do there. But that runs through an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, again different than the rest of the lineup. You see a 10-speed auto in the other models from Acura. This one has an 8-speed dual clutch with the paddle shifters here. Downshifts are pretty much immediate. It seems like the upshifts take a little bit of a second there. Let's pump it into sport mode. That's a weird feeling, shifting an automatic while you're in the middle of driving. Yeah, it keeps it in gear a lot longer, a bit more aggressive. If you go back 2013 to 2015, you can actually get it in stick. Should be pretty cool. I would love to drive one of these in a manual, and the new Integra is going to be manual too, so that's a big plus for the enthusiasts for sure. For fuel economy here, we're looking at 24 city, 34 highway. That's pretty decent. 28 combined. I mean, it is nice and toasty in here. That heated up quickly. Now, if you get the top tier trim, you do get nav as well. We don't have that in this one, but I would want that top tier trim for the ELS Studios. I'm a big fan of these more compact cars with a shorter wheelbase. It handles really nicely. You know, Acura doesn't really get a lot of love these days from car enthusiasts other than the Type S and now with the Integra. This one actually does handle really nicely, especially here in sport mode. It's really responsive. It's still electric power steering, so it's not super communicative, but it does feel good, and it feels pretty nice and sporty. It's sportier than I expected it to be. Steering is nice and light when you're not in that sport mode. These seats are pretty comfortable here. It's bolstered really nicely. Honestly, I didn't really expect seats like this in something that's more of a luxury car, but it does have a nice sporty feel to it. It fits me just perfectly, and the lumbar support is definitely a nice bonus. This is a nice package overall. Again, it's front wheel drive only, so you're not going to compete with something like an all-wheel drive IS or anything like that. But if you just want something that's kind of your entry-level luxury, smooth ride, but with a sporty feel to it, and you don't have to deal with that touchpad. Honestly, my expectations for this one weren't super high, just because they are sunsetting this car after this year, and because you know, it doesn't really get talked about a lot, but I actually am pleasantly surprised with it. I think it's got a nice classy look. I do think Acura has a good look to them in general. Probably wouldn't get it in white, but with the black trim, it kind of sets it up a little bit. But overall, a nice comfortable ride, a little bit of a sporty feel. I like the seats, and if I could, I'd probably get it in the top trim with the technology package, just so that I could get that better speaker system. Thanks again to Acura by Executive here in North Haven, Connecticut. Again, remember to ask for Jonathan. He'll help you out with the Acuras. And again, to ensure that I can keep bringing you videos, make sure to subscribe, share, tell your friends, you know, comment, like, all that good stuff. And thanks again. I'll see you next time.